I call the December 11, 2025 board meeting to order. We have the pledge by Pastor Smith.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May be seated. Do we have any public input? Any online?
No, sir.
All right, public input session is now closed. VDOT.
I think this is the lightest crowd we've had in a while,
Yeah.
but glad to be here. I'm joined tonight with Mike Bryan and Hunter Goodman. Hunter is a new assistant resident engineer in the Northern Neck. Hunter's a proud JMU alumni.
Welcome.
And so he's expecting good things here in the playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that your wedding?
So is Dr. Davis.
I won't tell stories. On that.
But he also graduated from the VDOT's EDGE program, which is our engineer training program a couple years ago. He's been in the Ashland residency the last year or so working with land use permits. So we're happy to have him in the Northern Neck. And as you mentioned, he's got family ties here in the Northern Neck. So hopefully he'll be around a long time. That's right. Yep, one on the way. And I don't think I mentioned to you all, Mike Moss was a supervisor in Brookvale. He has accepted a position in Richmond County as a superintendent there. So we're happy to have him there. And we'll have an announcement on a supervisor in Brookvale real soon. So moving some people around, had a lot of retirements. I have to stop and count, but I think it's probably a dozen retirements in the last, between October and February. I think we have about a dozen, and a lot of them are leadership roles. So we're shuffling some people around, but we're going to hit the ground running. We have removed some brush in Whitestone and on Route 600 and here at the courthouse at 3 and 201. We have had the opportunity to, not only did we prep for storms, but we've responded to 3 so far. And we have got a 4th mobilization planned on Sunday. So it's not even winter yet, but it's going well. We've patched potholes.
I'd like to say congratulations on how y'all been ahead of this.
Thank you.
Making things run smooth.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the way it's supposed to go. So if it's ever not, you let me know. But we've patched potholes, graded gravel roads, and addressed work orders countywide. We've got brush to remove on Bewdley, Auberus, Sage Hill, Oliver, and Millenbeck. When we get the pipe cleaning truck again, we'll get back down to Greentown, and we've got some pipes on Mosquito Point to clean. We have a pipe replacement to do on Woods Drive, and then we've been working on potholes. And that is really the box culvert on 354. That job, if you remember, there were 2 box culverts that were advertised together. The other one's up in Richmond County, and that one's been under construction for a little while. They're showing that one to be finished up kind of towards the end of January. So I expect this one to start February, March timeframe, and that'll be a closure with a detour. And they'll have message boards up in advance of that, but just kind of give everybody a heads up that that's coming. And I think those are all my notes. If you all have comments for me, I'm happy to take them.
Gentlemen, questions, comments? None, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank y'all. Stay warm.
All right, have a blessed one.
See you.
All right,
Merry
and a
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Okay, presentations. Schools, public schools, Ms. Davis.
Good
Illustrious
evening.
superintendent. All right.
How is everybody?
Good.
So I have just some updates for the school system to share with you. We have so much to share, and I really had intended to get a more organized presentation today, but today kind of went sideways. So I'm just gonna share with you some highlights. We've got our ECEC up and running. We have 93 students in there this year between our 3 and 4-year-olds, 35 3-year-olds, and 58 4-year-olds. So it's a full house. We're in that partnership with the YMCA, so we have some kids through them, and most of the kids come through our VPI program through the state. But today they had their Christmas choral concert, so all their parents came in and got to see them perform. It was really cute. We hired a couple years ago a Lancaster alumni, Destiny Carter, and she started up a choral program for us, our choir program. So we have a choir program again. We have over 70 kids in it right now. So she's been working with the 3 and 4-year-olds too. So she prepared some songs with them, which, you know, it's a little bit of a challenge, but I'm sure they were adorable. We're working heavily on our post-secondary portion of our strategic plan. So we've got tons of things going on. We're in the beginning phases of a lot of it. We're kind of laying the foundation for a lot of things to come down the road, and then we have some quick wins too. So we're trying to provide a leadership opportunity for every kid in the division. So all grade levels are working on this. We're trying to find one niche for each kid to be able to develop those leadership skills and get out in front of people and have something to belong to. So we've started some new things under that. We have our LCPS student ambassadors. So they are learning to be greeters at our school, learning to send our school message, say hello, shake hands, make eye contact, all of that good stuff. And they're led underneath a community citizen who's helping us with that program. So then we had a group of kids travel to Franklin to be a part of the VHSL Ken Tilley Leadership Conference. We're still working on those resumes. We got them out with all of our seniors last year, and you know, we got them out with all of our seniors next year. Now we've got to perfect them and get them a little better. So they're starting in 8th grade, and they're, you know, learning what a resume is. They're carrying it. So all of our kids are graduating with resumes now, resumes that they can update so they can go out into the real world and be able to have opportunities during high school that they can add into those resumes, understand the importance of volunteership and community service and, you know, all those different pieces that go into being a whole ready for the workforce. So we're putting a lot into that piece. We're continuing to develop our 4-year plans that are meaningful for our kids. So each kid by the end of 8th grade has their 9th through 12th grade years mapped out, not just classes, but a pathway with those 3 E's. And so we can start matching them up with those good quality, whether it's an internship, an entrepreneurship experience, externship, something that matches that, so they can get the experience before they graduate and really know what they're passionate about and they're good at. So we're putting a lot of effort into that. Continuing to develop some new expanded internships this summer. We've been fortunate to work with the county here and the town, so we hope to fold some more in this year. Got our Teachers for Tomorrow program going strong at the high school. We've increased continuously this is our 3rd year now. We're up to 21 kids in Governor's School, which we were down to about 7 for a while. And we have 44 kids in our technical center. We dropped down to like 24 years ago or so. So we're really trying to fit those kids into the programs that we have, not just push them in there, but match them up, but make sure they know they're there and they can get into them. This year, the high school started student-led conferences. So we tested it with a bunch of kids. The kids, when the parents came in for conferences, they actually led their conference with the parent and the teacher. So we're just layers upon layers of different things to build this bigger vision that we have. And we were just recently granted an additional Gear Up cohort. So Gear Up is preparing kids for life after graduation. Used to focus heavily on going on to a 4-year college, but of course we're talking about going on to trade schools, going on to out into the workforce, military, employment, all of those different options. So we were excited to hear that. We started our first Gear Up cohort with our kids who are now juniors when they were 7th grade. This is through a grant, and they they do all kinds of things. They visit college campuses, they visit trade schools, they have speakers come in. And Longwood reached out about a year ago and asked us to partner with them for another Gear Up grant. They did not get that grant, but then we were awarded this fall. So Longwood University and us are partnering on this second Gear Up cohort. So now we have our 11th graders in a Gear Up cohort, and our 7th graders will be in an additional, follows them all the way through high school. So we've got our job fairs coming up in January, so we get out to every school that we can that has a job fair with education applicants in it. We have a big shift for us this year was changing our meals, our nutrition in the schools. I hope you've heard about it. I hope some of you have heard about it. We hired Chef Crystal Jett, so we have an actual chef in there. We've shifted to all fresh and raw produce. It's all being freshly prepared every day. We're at the beginning stages too, but we've got so many good changes in there. We have so many kids, the beginning of the year, we had so many kids buying lunches that we were getting parent calls complaining that their kid's lunch line was too long. So, which is a good problem to have. But we partnered with Healthy Fresh. We're getting our produce from there, and we hope to, over the next couple of years, be able to partner with local farms and bring in more and more produce, and maybe eventually we'll be able to grow some of our own produce. So that's exciting. The food is delicious. They have every day they can pick. Last year and the previous years, they had one lunch choice. It was a hot meal. So this year they can choose a fresh salad that's freshly prepared every day. They can choose a wrap every day or a hot meal. And then they have these little munchable things too that they can choose. So that's going strong. The kids love the meals. Staff is buying the meals. And we hope to continue on down that road of better nutrition, better meals for the kids. So
Invite us and we'll buy it.
we've been really excited. I know. The school board office now, we all order our salads and we send Kelvin Evans down. He's our Uber driver, so or our Good Eats or whatever. He goes and gets all of our food, but yeah, it's good. And the kids are excited about it too. A healthy meal matters. So our facilities, I know Travis keeps you up to date on them, 95% dried in. We're hoping that it's 100% over Christmas break. We're really busy right now prepping and planning for the inside of that building. And I don't mean furniture, how we're going to operate, how we're going to supervise kids, how those class schedules changes. So like this Sunday, for instance, the high school administrative team and I are meeting up there Sunday afternoon, and we're going to walk through and look at it from a supervision standpoint. There are stairs, there are different hallways down there, and we have to learn how to supervise such a broad space. So we've been spending a lot of time preparing on procedures for that building and how that building works inside. So we're excited. Everyone's excited.
How will cameras work and having somebody monitor the camera?
Yeah, so we will do similar to what we do now. Our school resource officer, school security officer, and our administration all have access to the cameras. In the front office, they're always on for all the cameras in the building. Plus, 4 or 5 of us in central office also have access to the cameras. But they're running all the time. They're not in classrooms, but they're in all the hallways and everything in the school too. In our bathrooms now, it's often problems in the bathrooms because it's just a closed-in space. So we all remember that from high school, I'm sure. The bathrooms now it's like a bathroom, but over the sink, it's open. So the cameras shine in there and people can see who's moving in and out of that bathroom. Now the stalls are floor to ceiling, so you can't see in the stalls. But just some changes.
Yeah.
Changes
when I
that-
saw that, I had some concerns, but then after I looked around and thought about latter years,
Yeah.
I said, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. It's going to really be a beautiful building. I can't wait to see the kids walk in on the first day. We're scheduling some times where 7th and 8th graders can come in this summer for a full day so we can walk them through the building and kind of get everybody adjusted to where everything is in that building. It's going to be a change, an exciting change, but it's going to be a change. So we're working on that. We've got some things, our artwork from our kids is at RWC, if you want to get by there, till December 21st right now. And we're partnering with River Volunteer too, to not only get volunteers into our schools, but how we can create a portion of that River Volunteer where our kids can go on and find volunteer opportunities. So we're working with them to develop how to do that for youth. So instead of adults looking in how to volunteer, but how can our kids go on and volunteer throughout the community? So exciting times. We're very busy, and but it's fun. It's fun work. So, any questions?
How is your swimming classes going?
The second grade swimming classes,
Yes,
they are, I believe they're in the spring, but we're still doing them. The second graders still go every year to the YMCA for the swimming lessons. Yep.
I was on the board when you started that.
Yeah.
So you mentioned 21 students at the governor's school.
Mm-hmm.
Is that our max a week?
We actually surpassed our max.
Okay.
We have been working hard to make sure that parents and kids know about the program so they can apply. And through that process, we've had more interest in applying, and these are kids who are qualified for the program. So we have purchased spots that other schools did not use.
Good. That's a switch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, we were at 7 at one point. That's not very good.
Yeah.
And then how about technical school? I didn't catch the number you mentioned.
44 right now,
Okay.
which
That's
is up to.
increasing, or
That's been increasing steadily for 3 years, yeah. We were down in all of them. So the governor's school works a little different. You have to choose your number of spots like almost 2 years in advance. Like I have to say, for the year after next, how many spots we want. So you go by how many you've been seeing. So we've kept that number because we don't want to pay for spots we don't use, but we have had more kids, like I said, so then we've gone back and requested to purchase spots.
Are we penalized if we don't meet that and another school doesn't buy that position?
We pay,
Are
if
we
I say we
obligated?
want 10 and we only fill 5, then we pay for 10.
Yeah.
So we've just gone the route of,
We have to.
yeah, of purchasing extra. I feel like if the kids are prepared and they're good candidates, then we'll find a way for them to get in.
I have a
So,
question on the early childhood center. How are the kids that was in it 4 years ago, how are they tracking, how are they compared to the kids that didn't start early?
I don't know that data offhand. I mean, we do track that every year as to who's gone to preschool and who hasn't. But the majority of our kids now are attending preschool. If it's not through us, it's through another preschool in the county. But the majority of the kids are in our county, in our program, especially 4-year-olds. 3-year-olds, I guess about half of them come. 4-year-olds, the majority of them are in there.
In the past, it has been that it has helped them to sort of be on par with the ones that didn't go there, but they already had training from home or wherever else, yeah.
Yeah, statistics show that, and we're also finding we're getting parents in at a really high number into the early childhood center. If we can build that early on and get them in there comfortably, the preschool, they're a lot more likely to come in other grades too. So we've had good attendance there, good parent participation, and so I can get you that information.
Yeah, I think it'd be, good to look at.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know you had some chaos in the school system.
Today?
Today.
We did.
Is that all good now?
Yeah, we had, it was something that got partially misrepresented online and then, kind of turned into something, caused panic across 3 counties. Northumberland had to bring in extra deputies today, Middlesex did, and there really wasn't a threat. It was some misinformation, some posts that were inaccurate, and so we all got together today and talked about how to communicate and send consistent, accurate messages, and we did our best to send out a good, clear message to clear up all the panic. So
I knew about it in Richmond. In Richmond today, they're asking me what's going on, and I'm like, I don't know, I just left there. What's going on there?
Yeah, it turned into a mess. Facebook is tough, because you can't chime in and correct stuff. You just have to watch it, and you don't get the chance as a school to really correct or clarify. So
Okay.
we certainly want our families to feel safe, and we don't take anything lightly, so.
Well, thank you.
All right,
Any additional questions, comments, gentlemen? Thank you, ma'am.
all right,
Appreciate
good to
it.
see you all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, county parks, Mr. Bateman?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I wanted to start off with the Westland Beach update and wanted to show you this picture, this drone footage taken courtesy of Matt Smith, our chief of EMS, from 2023 before we started the project. And this is what it looks like today. And it's a pretty drastic difference. The park's getting a lot of use. And as I go through these pictures, I'll tell you that the Taste on the Point was a huge success despite the weather and the rain and the cold. They met their expectations as far as attendance, and we're really looking forward to making some improvements and doing it again next year.
John, can we move forward on getting trash cans placed down there?
Yes.
We've already got those ordered.
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, pet waste stations as well.
Okay, awesome.
I'd like to say this. About 3 weeks ago, I was in Suffolk, Virginia. And they said, where are you from? We were talking. And they said, where are you from? I said, Langston County. Oh, that new beach you developed there. All right, they knew all about it.
Yeah, and I've heard from some of our neighboring localities are pretty jealous. It's good, it's a good
I
problem.
got a question about the camera system that we had talked about, where that stand?
Right now, it's offline because it's a power issue. When it was first installed, the marina ran the power to it, and it worked fine for about a week, but there's an issue with the power now, and we're trying to get that worked out.
Yeah, and as these parks come online, little things come up for maintenance, and we're lucky to have a public works director that's working on all that. So where we stand on completion status, the beach portion of the project is 97% complete, still waiting for the fish cleaning stations to be installed, supplemental dredge and beach nourishment, and the beach and dune revegetation in the spring when planting time is optimal. And then the parking lot and comfort station, about 98% complete. There's still some parking lot bollards that need to be installed around a fire hydrant, and then the VDOT right-of-way abandonment, and that's apparently going to take some time. So if there's no questions about that, I'll move on to the next part. Harper's Creek access update, some drone footage, again, courtesy of Matt Smith of our facility there.
That looks pretty much done too.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a good shot of our boat ramp.
Recently.
I haven't been down there lately.
And then there's our fishing pier.
Looks good.
So remaining, some landscaping on site is remaining. The roadway, so the pull-offs grading gravel for the roadway to the site, and completion targeted for sometime early 2026, but
February 1st.
February 1st. There you go, thank you, sir. Taylor Creek Park, we've gone through the process. Right now, their contract the contract's being worked on, and we expect breaking ground probably somewhere in the end of January
Or early February.
or early February, with the target completion date of 2026, September of 2026.
2025?
2026. While we're there, I'm assuming the board would want to do a groundbreaking ceremony at that location as well. Is that the desire of the board?
Yes.
We'll organize that.
I guess we have to have another opening for the Harper's Creek soon too?
We will schedule that as well, yes. Yes.
All right, Carter Cove, site design is about 90% complete. The permit's been issued for sanitary sewer. We still have some prep work to be done on the JPA and SWIM. So looking at submittal to the agencies sometime mid-December, sometime around now. Project timeline, again, just a reminder, publish the bids in January, maybe sometime late January. Possible bid opening in March for award at the March 2026 Board of Supervisors meeting. And again, final completion is targeted for February of 2027. And this is an overlay of the site plan and the an aerial image, a current aerial image. I thought I'd share this with you all. So very exciting to see these things come from the planning through the implementation phase. Chesapeake Trail, right now the trail improvements concept was completed. I'll show you a picture of that. JPA and NEPA are in progress. DHR confirmed there were no historical elements, but a detailed survey and improvements design will commence after the NEPA has been approved. This is where we're at on the progress so far.
This is the one right up the road.
This is
here.
right up the road here, and that's just an example. Is that a chemical toilet?
It's
That was kind of like a pit toilet.
Pit toilet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hills Quarter Park update. You guys at the last Board of Supervisors meeting heard presentations from the Northern Neck Racquet Association and Dream Chasers United. The county attorneys considering MOUs that were submitted by them, and the Racquet Association is in the process of applying for funding through the U.S. Tennis Association and the Pickleball Association. Triway Trail, very exciting, getting ready to get preliminary engineering kicked off with an RFP complete, waiting final approval of our schedule for bidding out the RFP. That would be for Phase 1B to get us from Middlegate to Compass. That's improvements from Middlegate to Compass Entertainment Complex. And that was the subject of the congressionally designated spending. Our planning and acquisition focus is moving forward as well for Phase 2. So Phase 2 right-of-way and preliminary engineering is getting ready to kick off. Bay Design has drawn up a scope of work and a contract for approval. This was the subject of the Chesapeake Gateways funding that we received. And maintenance, the junior ROTC at the high school has been coming up there monthly doing some maintenance on the trail. I met with them today. They're going to work up a maintenance plan for us, let us know what types of equipment might be needed, and they're going to continue to volunteer. Meanwhile, the Triway Trail Board has invited a friends group to form that can help with maintenance of the trail. A local business owner has stepped forward to help us do some maintenance. They own a landscaping business. So we're hoping to get some help from the public for them to volunteer to help us do basic maintenance on the trail. And that concludes my updates. Any questions?
Any questions, gentlemen, comments? Thank you very much, sir.
So tell me about the restroom. Is a pit room just a basic outhouse?
Well, it could be dug, or there could be like a tank
Okay.
that gets pumped.
Is that what this is? Is it a tank?
It's
that
a
just-
tank,
that pump?
and that was
Okay.
initially what we were considering. And Ben Burton, our engineer, suggested that we might want to try to save some funds and go with something more like what they have at Fort Nonsense, which are porta-johns that are kind of in a containment area. They built almost like stalls around them with wood on 3 sides, I think. And so we're going to get some pictures of that, and we can show it to you all as well and
Okay.
see what your preference would be.
Thank you.
Okay. Any additions, comments, questions? All right, let's move on to the public hearing. Public hearing number 1, proposed amendments to the Lancaster County Comprehensive Plan, Chapter 6, Public Facilities, Infrastructure and Services regarding small-scale solar installation. Ms. Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For public hearing number 1, we have a proposed amendment to Chapter 6 of the Lancaster County Comprehensive Plan. This proposed ordinance amendment comes to the Board of Supervisors with recommendation of approval 6-1 by the Lancaster County Planning Commission. In response to concerns regarding an existing solar facility on a residential property, the Board of Supervisors discussed elements of the efficacy of the existing ordinance, inquiring if the actual configuration, location, and operation of these existing solar facilities are coalescing with the intent of the ordinance as it relates to small-scale residential solar facilities, specifically size, height, location, and noise. Therefore, the Board of Supervisors voted affirmatively to request the Planning Commission to reevaluate the existing ordinance as it pertains specifically to small-scale residential ground-mounted solar structures. At the May Planning Commission meeting, staff presented research regarding various elements of the residential solar facilities along with recommended changes. After a discussion of each staff recommendation, the Planning Commission instructed staff to draft proposed revisions based on input and feedback from the discussion. A public hearing on these proposed revisions was held on July 17th, 2025, at the Planning Commission meeting, and based on feedback from the BOS and community, the Planning Commission requested additional changes to the original proposed amendments to include the requirement for a special exception for all applications for small-scale ground-mounted solar installations. County staff consulted with Jim Cornwell, County Attorney, regarding this request, and he informed staff that in order to add a special exception for all small-scale ground-mounted solar, the comprehensive plan would need to be updated. This proposed language for this amendment was presented to the Planning Commission at their October 16th meeting. The Planning Commission voted 6-1 to forward the proposed amendments to public hearing at the November Planning Commission meeting. At the November 13th meeting, they voted 6-1 to recommend approval for this proposed amendment to the Board of Supervisors. Included in your packet for review is a copy of the proposed changes to Chapter 6 of the Comprehensive Plan and the meeting minutes from the November 13th meeting. To date, there have been no public comments submitted regarding this proposed amendment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Gentlemen, before I open it up to the floor for public comment, you have any questions for Ms. Hall? Okay. So at this particular time, the floor is now open for public comments on number 1. Anybody online?
No, sir.
Floor now closed. I entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the change to the comprehensive plan, chapter 6,
Okay.
as presented.
As presented. All right, you've heard the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, unanimous vote. Motion passed. Okay. Number 2. Ms. Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our second public hearing is to discuss proposed amendments to Part 1 zoning ordinance, Article 1, definitions, to amend the definition of small-scale residential solar installation, Part 1 zoning ordinance, Article 28, utility-scale solar energy facilities, 28-3, small-scale residential solar, and Part 1 zoning ordinance, Article 28, utility-scale solar energy facilities, 28-4, agricultural and commercial solar of the Lancaster County, Virginia Land Development Code. These proposed changes come to the Board of Supervisors with a recommendation of approval 6-1 by the Lancaster County Planning Commission. As stated in the previous public hearing, the Board of Supervisors voted affirmatively to request the Planning Commission to reevaluate the existing ordinance as it pertains specifically to small-scale residential ground-mounted solar structures. At the May Planning Commission meeting, staff presented research regarding the various elements of residential solar facilities along with recommended changes. After a discussion of each staff recommended change, the Planning Commission instructed staff to draft proposed revisions and based on input and feedback from the discussion. A public hearing on these proposed revisions was held at the July 17th Planning Commission meeting, and based on feedback from the Board of Supervisors and the community, the Planning Commission requested additional changes to the original proposed amendments to include the requirement for a special exception for all applications for small-scale ground-mounted solar installations. Again, county staff consulted with Jim Cornwell, County Attorney. He advised us that we would need to update the comprehensive plan. In the previous public hearing, you voted affirmatively to amend the comprehensive plan to change this language, which now allows you to hear the proposed changes for Article 1 definitions and Article 28 to add a special exception for ground-mounted solar and additional changes. Included in your packet for review is a copy of our solar permit data for 2024 and 2025 as requested by the Planning Commission, and a copy of the November Planning Commission meeting minutes. Also included in your packet for review is a comparison of the current and proposed changes to the ordinance and the red line changes to the applicable definition and accompanying language for the potential revisions to Article 28. To date, there have been no public comments submitted regarding these proposed amendments. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any questions, gentlemen, before we move up to the floor? All All right, okay. Floor is now open for public comment. All right, any online?
No, sir.
All right, floor is now closed. Entertain a motion, gentlemen.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the proposed changes be made to the Article 28, the ordinances.
Okay, you heard the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion passed unanimously. All right, number 3. Is called from Ms. Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our third public hearing is to discuss proposed amendments to Part 1 of the zoning ordinance, Article 1 definitions, to amend the definition of private heliport, and to amend Article 5 residential general district R1 of the Lancaster County, Virginia Land Development Code. These proposed ordinance amendments come to the Board of Supervisors with recommendation of approval 7-0 by the Lancaster County Planning Commission. Community members raised concerns regarding the commercial operation and landing of helicopters on residential property at the August Board of Supervisors meeting. Based on these concerns, the Board of Supervisors voted affirmatively to request the Planning Commission to reevaluate the existing ordinance as it pertains specifically to the permissibility of helicopter landings. At their November 13th, 2025 meeting, the Planning Commission voted 7-0 to recommend approval of this proposed amendment to the Board of Supervisors. Included in your packet for review is a brief history on the heliport requests and applicable language from the Code of Virginia and other pertinent research. The presentation made by Ms. Sally Oken to the Board of Supervisors during public comment at a previous meeting, and the notice of violation regarding the commercial operation of a heliport, and the proposed changes to amend the definitions in Article 5. Excuse me. If removed from Article 5 as a permissible use, private heliports would only be permissible in A2 zoning with a special exception. Also included in your packet are the meeting minutes from the November Planning Commission meeting. To date, staff have received one public comment, which is included in your packet. Mrs. Oken made her presentation to the board, and I received complaints via letter and email from 13 neighbors who live in the vicinity of the heliport request. As our policy dictates, the county does not reveal the identity of those who complain to the county. The complaints range from noise, safety, quality of life, concerns for wildlife, environmental impact, pollution, zoning, and setting a precedent for future helicopter traffic. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Any questions, gentlemen, by Ms. Hall? None? Okay. At this particular fine time, the floor is now open for public comment. Any online? Okay. All right, the floor is now closed. Somebody want to make a motion? Whose district is this
Mr. Chairman,
in? Okay.
I move that we accept the proposed amendments to Part 1 of the zoning ordinance, Article 1, on the definitions to amend definition of a private heliport.
All right. You've heard the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Did the motion also include amending Article 5?
Yes, it did. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Including Article 5. All right. So again, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. The ayes have it unanimously. Okay. Consensus docket.
Mr. Chairman, I move that consensus docket be approved.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Consensus docket is approved unanimously. Okay. Salaries and invoices.
This month, we have to approve the November expenses. The December expenses will be at the January meeting. So for the November 2025 expenses, total invoices, $4,890,589.63. Total payroll, $479,338.84, for a total of $5,369,928.47, of which capital improvements were $4,187,453.17.
All right. Y'all heard the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion passed unanimously. Any board reports? Gentlemen? All right. County Administrator report.
Mr. Chairman, there were 2 appointments, I think.
I found mine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crystal.
Okay, board report.
We checked with those folks, and they are willing to be reappointed, so if you all want to
Mine
take care
says,
of that.
Bill, will you have lunch with me?
All right. Okay, all right, go ahead and make your report.
Glenn Tigner has agreed that he will serve another term on the Building Code Appeals Board.
All right, good. All in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passed. Okay, second one.
And it was one more. I think you might have that one, Mr. Palin.
Have you filled your Historic Resources Commission yet?
No, he's still got one left.
Oh,
He's
that's
still
what
got one
that is. I hadn't even read that, okay. All right, I appoint John Norton to the Wetlands Board. You've heard that motion, appointment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, that passes unanimously. Okay, do we have another?
No,
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Okay. I have a motion for a closed session.
I think Mr. Bellows has that language. No, I'm blank right now.
I move that the Board of Supervisors enter into a closed meeting for one, personnel per section 2.23711A1 of the Code of Virginia as amended, two, acquisition, disposition of real property per 2.23711A3 of the Code of Virginia as amended, and number three, legal matters per section 2.23711A Code of Virginia as amended.
All right, y'all heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, motion passed. We're now in closed. Comes back to order. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. All right. Motion passed. All right. I move that the Lancaster County Board of Supervisors adopt the following certification resolution. Whereas the Lancaster County Board of Supervisors convened a closed meeting on December 11, 2025, pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote on the motion to close the meeting to discuss personnel, legal matters, and acquisition, disposition of real property in accordance with section paragraph 2.2-3711.2.2-3711.A.8 and 2.2-3711.A.3 of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. I almost know this by heart now. Whereas section paragraph 2.2-3712D of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by the Board of Supervisors that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now, therefore be it resolved that the Lancaster County Board of Supervisors hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, number one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meetings requirements under the Virginia Freedom of Information Act were heard, discussed, or considered in the closed meeting to which this certification applies. And number two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered in the meeting to which this certification applies. Before a vote is taken on this resolution, is there any member who believes that there was a departure from the requirements of number one and number two above? If so, identify yourself and state the substance of the matter and why, in your judgment, it was a departure. Hearing no statement, I call the question. Mr. Bellows?
I certify.
Mr. Lee?
I certify.
Mr. Geezy?
I certify.
Mr. Smith?
I certify.
And I, Palin, certify. This certification resolution is adopted.
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn to the organizational meeting.
All right, all in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are now adjourned. And Mr. County Administrator, you want to take over?
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'll call the 2026 Board of Supervisors organizational meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is the election of officers for 2026. The first office is Chairman of the Board for 2026, so the floor is open for nominations for Chairman of the Board for 2026.
Mr. County Administrator, I nominate Craig Geezy for Chairman of the Board.
All right, Craig Geezy's been nominated for chairman. Any other nominations? Hearing none, we'll close the nominations. All those in favor of electing Craig Geezy as chairman of the Board of Supervisors for 2026 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it unanimously. Motion carried. Congratulations, Mr. Geezy.
Thank you.
You have earned this now. We'll move you over beginning in January to the middle of everything, but tonight, you can just continue the meeting from there with the
I
gap.
take it from here.
You take it from here. I would
Okay.
like to say, though, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Mr. Palin has been chairman for the last 5 years. 5 years. And I went through, you've been vice chairman for 7 years.
Wow.
You're also in your 22nd year of service, in the middle of your 6th term.
Congratulations. As the senior statesman of our board.
And I just want to say, as staff to the Board of Supervisors, that I personally think you've done a great job. You've been great to work with, and
Thank you,
much
sir.
appreciated.
I
Appreciate that.
you listening to the county attorney, too.
Yes.
And I want to say I did my darndest to talk him into doing another year. He would not do it when he called me, so. But I echo what Don said. He's done a magnificent job, so. The next thing on our agenda is election of vice chair of the board. I will entertain a motion for that position.
Mr. Chairman, I nominate Jason Bellows as Vice Chairman of the Board.
All right, you've heard the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, got a motion.
Don't have
Got-
to second.
We don't require.
Oh, we
seconds.
don't require that, okay, all right.
That's
See,
in
y'all
our
gotta
by-
get me
that's in
straight
our-
now. We will. I've been here, but I haven't been paying attention to that.
That's in our
detail.
bylaws. We
Okay,
don't-
got you, okay. All right, all in favor, are there any other motions? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to close the nominations? Did we just still do that?
You could do it all in one if there's no
Okay.
other nominations, just,
Just elect, okay.
Yeah.
All in favor of electing Jason as vice chair of the board for 2026, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Congratulations, Jason.
Thank you. Don't miss any meetings.
I understand what you're saying. Thank you.
I'm gonna say this. This present board has been good to work with. You know, we may not agree on everything, but we are agreeable. Yeah, so, and we discuss, put it out there. When the meeting's over with, we shake hands and go on about our business. Still smiling and feeling good about one another. I appreciate that. I really do.
I think everybody respects everybody's opinion on here.
Yeah. And we're here we're here for the good of the citizens of the county. Yep, so.
I'm here for the $10,000 I get a year.
All right, Don, do you do this, or it's got your name by it on the scheduling of the regular monthly meeting dates?
yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. You have the list in front of you. It's consistent with your past meeting dates. Historically, you have met the last Thursday of every month, except for November and December. Because of the holidays, they are moved up. November is the third Thursday of the month. December is the second Thursday of the month. There is one other change. It's in April of 2026. I'm proposing the fourth Thursday instead of the fifth Thursday. I actually have a conflict. This is a selfish request. I have a conflict with the fifth Thursday, so I'm proposing the fourth Thursday. That going to the fourth Thursday will not interfere with our budget calendar that you all have approved in the past and will approve again at your January meeting. But again, if it is a conflict for any or all of you to move that April meeting from the 5th to the 4th, we can go back to the 30th, and I'll just have to zoom in.
All right, you say April?
You
Yeah,
can make your deputy do the work.
Yeah, it's on the proposed schedule for April 23rd, which is the fourth Thursday.
But you wanted the fifth.
Huh?
No, you want
No,
the
I would like to see you all meet on April 23rd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you've had this in front of you for a while. I mean, I don't know if any of you have any conflicts with any of these dates, but as I said, this is
I'm
consistent.
good with it.
Yep,
Yeah.
okay.
I move that we approve the
All right,
monthly meeting calendar.
okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor of these meeting dates, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, next thing on the agenda is the 2026 appointments to the boards and commissions.
Mr. Chairman, if no one wishes to change, I would motion that we approve them as a slate as we stand now.
Okay, all right, you've heard the motion. Is there any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. All right, the next thing is our bylaws, to readopt and revise the bylaws, and Don, I'll give that to you.
Mr. Chairman, these are the same bylaws that you approved last year. There's been no changes. I'm not recommending any changes. I don't know if you all have any changes to make, but I would ask that you approve these, readopt these bylaws as presented.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Well, I'm not sure we made it.
Oh, I thought you made the motion.
No,
I'm
I can't
sorry.
make the motion.
I'm sorry.
All right, well,
I told you, y'all, you're gonna have to bear with me.
I move that we adopt the bylaws.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to elect a new chairman.
I second that. Okay, there's a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. All right, Don, the next one is the strategic plan.
Yes, sir,
Turn
Mr.
that
Ch-
to you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, last year, you all chose to adopt the Lancaster 2035 Strategic Plan as the Board of Supervisors' strategic plan, and so you have that in front of you. We are working towards implementation of that plan, and so I would ask that one of you make a motion to readopt the 2035 plan.
So moved.
All right, we got the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
John, at the next meeting, should we look at that plan and see if we need to make any revisions or updates or take some things off, add some things, you know? We've
Yeah,
made a
so,
lot of progress in some places.
Paul, Joni, and I have been reviewing the plan throughout the year, and there are some moderate changes. One, some of our strategies have been accomplished, so those strategies need to be removed and replaced with new ones.
Yeah.
So we need to have a group discussion as a CBRAC as to what we want to replace them with.
Okay.
And the demographic information needs to be updated.
And I think that was in the plan all along for the CBRAC group to look at the 2035.
Annually.
On an annual basis.
Yep.
And come back with recommendations to the board. But as part of the organizational meeting, you're just readopting that as your
I
strategic
think
plan.
take it a step further. I'd like for us to advertise, and even in the paper, of what the plan is, but also what we're doing to implement that. Because we have a whole list of things that we've done since I've been on the board. And I know that there's more, but I think the people need to see what we're doing and how we're following this plan, so we're not just flying around. We're focused on what we're doing.
Communication is one of the key things we're working on in
I
the.
think people would appreciate that.
Yeah, we can certainly do a better job. And I was actually in the new year going to go on the radio and approach the papers, but we need a communications strategy, and we've bounced it around as a group. We need to go ahead and execute a communication strategy, whether it's doing it internally or hiring a consultant or something. We need to do a better job of sharing our progress.
Yeah.
Agreed. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Can I add one thing first?
Yes, sir.
Your next meeting is going to be on Thursday, January 29th, 2026, regular meeting at 7 p.m. In the past, you all have held a joint work session with the school board prior to that January meeting at 5:30. So when you adjourn tonight, I would ask that you adjourn to January 29th at 5:30 for a joint work session with the school board on the FY27 budget.
Okay,
All right, you got that?
yeah. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I make the motion that we adjourn to January 29th at 5:30. It'll be a joint meeting with the school board.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Ah, Merry Christmas.